Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Paisley Girl. Today we're going to be making dill pickles. So we're going to get started. You're going to need about 4 pounds of freshly picked cucumbers from your garden if you have it. And then we are going to go ahead and wash them up. There's our beautiful cucumbers sitting there waiting to be diced up. I'm going to dice them up. You can use them spear if you choose to, but we prefer to have them diced. And you're going to hear Carmen in the background. She's excited about them pickles. So I'm going to go ahead and start slicing them up. Alright, so one of the number one things to remember is the blossom end of your cucumber. You definitely want to cut that off, because there's an enzyme in here that will make your cucumbers bitter and soft. We don't want that. So we're going to cut them to your liking. I usually go about 1/4 of an inch. So I got them all chopped up into the slices that we like. And I got them in sitting in water, ice bath. We're going to let them sit for about 4 or 5 hours. Alright. Cucumbers have been chilled. Still put another ice block on top just to keep them chilled. Got our dill and our vinegar to wipe our rims, and our canning salt, and our mustard seeds. And over here I have the jars sterilizing in the canner. I have my pot to make my brine, and then I have my lids and warm water. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to need 3 cups of white vinegar. This is a 2-cup measurement, so there's our 2 cups there. Add 1 more cup. Go ahead and open another one here. A little bit more. Alright, so we have our 3 cups of vinegar. Then the next thing you're going to want to add is your 1/4 cup of pickling salt. Bag is not wanting to work with me today. We'll get it though. Alright, so got the 1/4 cup of the pickling salt. Then you're going to need 2 tablespoons of sugar. And we'll get that out. Sugar is just going to help with some of the sourness from the vinegar. mellow it out a little bit. Not going to make your pickles sweet. Alright. And then you're going to need 1 tablespoon of your mixed pickling spice. And that's pretty much it for your brine. And we're going to move it over here to our stove and turn it on a medium heat. And stir that until all the sugar and the salt is dissolved. So I'm going to go ahead and continue doing that, and then once that is ready, I'll bring you back and we'll move along. Right, so our pickle brine has been going for about 10 minutes, so it is good and ready, and I turned the temperature down to keep it hot. It is time for us to move our jars out of the sterilization and bring them over. We're going to have to work quickly so that the jars stay hot, and we're going to start packing the pickles. Sit you down right here. While I get the jars out. And I'm just going to bring over 2 at a time. So that I can keep the other ones in the water to stay hot. So here is where we start putting our cucumbers in our jar. Don't need any ice cubes in there. They are good and cold. And then you want to make sure you pack them down there nicely. Try to fill up all the space that you can. And remember, the jars are hot, so be careful. Okay. I'm going to bring the brine over. Whew, that is strong. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put the dill. Excuse me. Oh, that stuff takes your breath away. But it'll be delicious. So at this point, I filled up the jar halfway. And I have some fresh sprigs of dill over here, which I'm going to cut. I got it from the garden this morning. I'm going to cut those in there. You're going to need about 12 sprigs of dill for this recipe. I put that in there. Then I have some dehydrated dill that I got previously from the garden. So we'll add a little bit of that as well. And then you're going to need your mustard seed, which is going to be 2 tablespoons of mustard seed. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 teaspoons of mustard seed. In the jar here. And got that in there. Then you're going to need also if you're going to use pickle crisp, I have some here. But I'm going to put the rest of the cucumbers in first. Oh no. And try to pack them down as tightly as you can. Then you're going to slowly start ladling in your brine up to a 1/2 inch headspace. And then I'm going to I'm so sorry, I knocked you over. Go ahead and debubble this. It'll help that brine make sure it gets all the way down. It'll also get any space that's available for cucumbers to be added at this point. I think that's good. Then you're going to take your clean cloth, dip it in your vinegar, and wipe your rims really good. And I'm going to add the pickle crisp. It's going to be 1/8 of a teaspoon. Push that down in there good. I'm going to go back through and wipe the rim again. And at this point, you're going to go ahead and put your rim on and your ring. Finger tight only. And you're going to take this over to the water bath until you can prepare the rest of them. So I'm going to go ahead and finish doing up the rest of these, and I'll bring you back and show you what to do next. There you have it. So that recipe made 7 quart jars, and now we're going to drop them down, cover it up with the lid, and wait for it to come to a rolling boil, and then we will process this for 10 minutes. It's at a rolling boil. It is time to set the timer for 10 minutes. And when the timer goes off, we'll turn the water off. We'll wait 5 minutes. Then we'll take the lid off and wait 5 more minutes. You don't want to take the jars straight out. You don't want that temperature change. It could crack your jars. Alright, the timer went off. And it was sitting for 5 minutes with the lid on, and now 5 minutes off. And once the 5 minutes is up, I will remove the lid and pull the jars up, and you can see the final results. There you have it. All 7 out of the canner. Doesn't that look delicious? Now we just gotta wait for them to start their little pinging once they cool down, and they'll be ready for storage. Thank you all again for joining me today. Hopefully you learned how to make your dill pickles. With the sweet pickles that I made, I showed you the cold pack way to do it, and this is the hot pack way to do the dill pickles. So once these are ready and you decide to make these, You put them on your shelf, wait 7 to 14 days. The longer the better, but mine will last a little bit longer than that, hopefully. But yeah, so I'm excited. I got that done, and I'm gonna break out my homemade spaghetti sauce that I had from last year and make spaghetti tonight for dinner, and maybe fry up some zucchini. We had some for lunch. Maybe add some zucchini in the spaghetti. I don't know. What do you think? But again, thank you for stopping by, and hopefully you learned something new. If you have any questions, please comment below. I'll put the recipe below as well. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see all of our future videos. And always share, share, share. God bless. See you soon.